26th of March 2018. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you had a lovely weekend, if it is still Monday where you are. Friends of Mozilla, for this week, big thank you to everyone who contributed code to our add-ons project over the last month. We're especially stoked to highlight folks who made 3+ contributions, and that is Sanyam, Trishul, Oriol, and Christophe. Big thanks to everyone who is contributing code to our add-ons projects and making our extensions ecosystem that much better. And thanks to addonsmozilla.org reviewer team members, E. Roseman, Et, Sylvain, Tuxman, Rob, Lucian, BJ, Giotsna, and Happy Ferret for their recent contributions. It's always nice to have our extensions being reviewed in a timely manner, and we could not do it without our volunteers, so thank you to them. I'm going to refresh again, just in case people like to update that calendar at the last minute. Events this week. Tomorrow we have a Web Extensions APIs triage at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Welcome, I believe Europe joined us in Daylight Time starting this weekend. I saw some grousing about it on the internet. So please check your calendar, as events may have slid around at random. But the Web Extensions API triage is, in fact, Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. That is in the ACE video room. If you're curious about what new extensions and capability, or what new extensions to the Extensions API are being proposed, or what new capabilities are being discussed, or you'd like to advocate for one, this is the meeting where that occurs. So you can click that link for more information, and you should check it out. On Wednesday, the wonderful add-ons community also has their community meeting, and that is at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Both of these are scheduled to make sure that Europe can join us, and those are in the ACE video room, so you should check them out if you're interested. All right, we have a few speakers this week, starting in Mozilla Toronto with Mike Hoy.
Hey, Poch, how's it going?
It's going okay.
Good, good. I just wanted to call attention to the fact that today is the last day for GSOC students to be submitting their project proposals. So if any of you are expecting to hear from me that you've been made a GSOC mentor, please get on top of that directly. More importantly, if any of you have any outstanding requests for student feedback or anything like that that you want to get done, please deal with that today. They've got about 24 hours left right now, and that deadline is not moving for anyone. We'll have some discussions to have afterwards. Once that deadline is passed, we're going to start having discussions about the number of projects that are viable, the number of students we want to ask for. We'll hear shortly after that about the number we actually get, and those numbers may be different. But for now, just in the very near term, please get back to any students you want to get back to and encourage them to get their stuff in on time. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mike. And speaking of mics, Michael Van Cleek in Portland is going to give us the Weekly Minute. Hello.
Hey, Poch. Yeah, the Michaels are taking over the world today. Woohoo! It's good to see Mike Hoy. Good to see all you out there today. It's the Weekly Minute with weekly updates from Mozilla IT on the things we're doing to support and empower all of Mozilla in our mission to keep the web a global public resource, open and accessible to all. A couple things this week, starting out with pretty big things going on in Mozilla IT right now, the Mozilla IT WPR program. We've just completed Sprint 1 of this program, which will leverage IT strengths to help workplace resources focus on all the things they do so well. And I've been so surprised to learn about all the things WPR does in these projects. Things like Moz spaces, culture building, real estate, connecting remotees, the Global Ambassadors Program, and so much more. The first sprints of the project have been especially focused on understanding the current and future capabilities of WPR and on helping WPR manage their time-consuming applications that are related to workplace security. You can track the project and learn much more about it at the IT WPR Program Mana page, and that's linked here from the update. So, yeah, love powering up WPR. Second thing I want to do is we'd like to celebrate Service Desk superstar Jonathan Lynn, Jaelyn, for his great work supporting the Mozilla mission. Yeah. Jaelyn has gone above and beyond in supporting events in the Toronto office. His work has had a huge impact on MoCo and MoFo. Plus, he delivered an awesome presentation about LastPass in the recent IT Brown Bag session we had a week and a half ago. So thanks for all you do, Jonathan, and thanks for all of you do for the Mozilla mission. Thank you.
We'll do a second round of applause there. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Michael. And next up, we have Asa here in Mountain View with our roadmap update. sure it's all scrolled for you.
Thank you, Poch. Firefox 59.0.1 is our current release. I've linked to a document I'm putting together where you can see some nice things people are saying about our current in-market release. Today, if all goes according to plan, we'll have a Firefox 59.0.2 to fix the clear type rendering problem that's causing pages to not display properly for people who have disabled clear type on Windows. It's also got a fix for a touchscreen crasher that some of our Windows 7 and Windows 10 users as well were seeing. Firefox 60 is in the beta channel. Beta 7 is due out tomorrow. In the last week, we've uplifted 53 fixes. I think everyone realized that this is the ESR release and they're trying to get everything in, so it was a very busy week for uplifts. A couple of key changes we uplifted were a fix for pages not rendering correctly. This is the one that's also fixed in release. And a fix to improve startup performance by caching plugins and plugin block list information. Firefox 61 is in the nightly channel. In the last week, we've taken about 505 fixes, including we migrated the new tab page preferences to your regular preferences options window under a new section called Home, which should make it easier for more people to find out how to customize their homepage. Pin top sites on new tab page can use thumbnails instead of icons, and users can set their own images for top sites now. So if you've got a top site that's confusing because it looks just like another top site, you can go in and plug in your own image for it. If you've got a top site that's got content you don't want everyone seeing, you can plug in a new image that sort of masks what that top site is actually linking to. The dark theme now has dark menus. It's been a long time complaint that our dark theme was sort of incomplete. Every once in a while you'd open a menu or do some other behavior and you get a flash of a very light item, and that doesn't work well in dark overall dark theme and dark Windows and dark Mac settings. The new styling engine is now used for the browser Chrome. Previously we enabled Stylo for content. Now it's enabled for browser Chrome, which should offer us some speed ups there. And Firefox now has support for OpenType variation fonts, CSS font variation settings, and font optical sizing. This is a really cool new feature that a lot of people, web developers, are excited about, and we've just landed the beginnings of that feature. More will come in Firefox 61. Last but not least, I've published a significant update to the Firefox roadmap and timeline. These are two documents that describe what we're doing in the next year or so. The first one is a narrative long form that tries to tell the story of how the features we're developing connect to the strategy we've got for the next year and how that connects to our mission and manifesto. The second document is the same content, just in a spreadsheet view for quick viewing. It's really good if you want to sort of see when things are going to happen and you don't care too much about the feature descriptions or how it connects to our strategy and mission. That's it for me this week. See you all next week.
Thank you. And next we have Maura and Sarah in San Francisco, who have some slides for them. Update on our Facebook advertising stuff. Hello.
Hi, guys. Hi, everyone. So you may have noticed that Facebook's been in the news a little bit over the last few days. When the news broke about the Cambridge Analytica scandal and Facebook, we huddled with the policy and compliance teams, and a big shout out to Marshall and Heather, who worked very closely with us on all of these efforts. And we launched a petition. So we noticed that there was a mismatch between, oh, and next slide, please. We noticed there was a mismatch between Facebook's user settings, the API, and the public discussion, and the petition is really framed around this mismatch. The exciting thing is it's been about less than a week since this has been live. And next slide. It has over 55,000 signatures since this morning, and we're seeing incredible levels of engagement around it. So we've seen really great things happen here and are really excited about how it's moving forward.
Next slide, please. So on Wednesday, following the petition, we decided to pause our advertising on Facebook. And to Sarah's point, we had a really nice runway here. We had coordination across the foundation, across policy, across our legal teams that allowed us to do this and to be proactive to a point where we were the first mover. Next slide, please. Because of this, there was an overwhelming response to our position and our story. And the impact of this was incredible in terms of the number of people, not only from a press perspective, but actually consumers that wanted to have this conversation and understand our position around data and privacy. Next slide, please. We also saw that we spurred others to action, and we're in really good company. So this is not about the kind of billions of impressions that we were able to reach with our messaging. This is about the broader impact of what we can do as a company when we become a part of the cultural conversation to actually drive home the things that our brands stand for. Next slide, please. We've also spurred a conversation with Facebook. So over the weekend, they ran this full page ad in 3 major newspapers in the US and 6 in the UK. And we're seeing increasing pressure for them to come to the table and be held responsible. Now, the other thing is Facebook is not the only bad actor in this particular case. We are very well aware of that. And we are taking a step now to look at how we have a broader kind of position and stance around other bad actors in the data space.
Yeah. Next slide. So I just wanted to echo Maura's point here. This isn't a one-off for us. We've done campaigns around privacy, around security, around data protection. One of the most recent one is we've been doing a lot of work in India around the data protection debates that are going on there and have been playing a very proactive role. This is a campaign area and issues that we are going to be talking about a lot over the next weeks, months, and is a core part of our manifesto. So do you want to talk through some of the specifics of what that
Yeah,
is?
so I think just more to come in terms of those specific pieces that we want. And also we talked in the beginning about how this is a really holistic effort across Mozilla. You are going to see more coming out, not only from our policy side in terms of lean data practices, but also potentially things on the product side that we can help to do to strengthen consumers' trust, not only with us, but with data in general. And yeah, questions, please reach out. This is moving fast. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maura and Sarah. All right. And next, but I believe our final speaker here is Miriam, giving the weekly updates for the Emerging Technology Group. Refreshed.
Hello, hello. Miriam here with the ET headlines. From Paris, our Mozilla Documentation Network, our MDN Web Docs team hosted a Hack on WebDM event. Excuse me, I am like very tongue-tied today. Let me start over. Hi, the gang's all here. That is what the joke that David Bryant has written for me says. Yes, so MDN Web Docs met with the Product Advisory Board, which has a bunch of our friends, allies, customers, competitors, co-creators in it. The aim of the event was to give individuals and teams a chance to work together on specific updates to MDN services, particularly around browser compatibility data. So that has been a big push on MDN, and all of the gang gathered last week. Thank you to all of those who attended and keep helping us create that resource that so many developers rely upon. Ember, an open source JavaScript framework, is one of the most popular and widely used on the web, and it is the first to announce that it is rewriting part of their core code in Rust. This is one of our big goals for Rust, to get more open source JavaScript frameworks to adopt us, and we're looking forward to more of that engagement, but that's a big milestone. In the mixed reality space, related to that data conversation, we're thinking a lot about a problem in mixed reality called persistence. How do you actually create a virtual object and get it to stay in a physical place? What data do you need about that physical place to get that to work? Catch up with Blair McIntyre's recent blog posts on this issue, and how we're working through the technical challenges of getting a precise virtual object, let's say a cartoon fox, to be on your lawn, and work through some of the technical and data and ethical considerations of how to get that to persist if, say, you want it in your home and that requires a 3D rendered virtualization of your home. Who gets access to that data? We're trying to show the whole industry a way forward. Keep an eye on our blog posts and that conversation as it evolves. And once again, Rust, most loved programming language for the 3rd year in a row. I find it really entertaining that programming languages are loved and feared, and ours is loved. So thank you all for making that happen.
Thank you, Miriam. And I believe that's all our speakers. Going to refresh just in case that's not true. But it looks like it is. And we have a handful of introductions. And it looks like we've got one in San Francisco to get us started. So.
Hello, everyone. I'm Don Marty from Open Innovation Team, and I'm here to introduce Catherine Mancuso, who is joining the Open Innovation Team as our new Community Participation Guidelines Incident Response Coordinator. Catherine has extensive experience in community management Catherine has extensive experience in community management and incident response. Please welcome Catherine.
Awesome. And next we have an introduction in Vancouver. Hello, Vancouver.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, hello.
Awesome. Hi, Jordan Lund here from Release Engineering. As some of you know, starting with Firefox 60, we are now building and releasing Firefox completely via Mozilla's own in-house platform known as Task Cluster. This has been a multi-year, multi-team effort, and it's pretty exciting because it opens a lot of doors to how we can ship Firefox going forward. Tom has been largely by himself doing the same thing, but for Thunderbird. So we're super happy to have him on our team to see what he can do for Firefox and for all Mozilla's future products. He's going to be working out of Edmonton, so fellow Canadian. Yeah, welcome, Tom Prince.
Welcome. And our final intro here today is a Mountain View.
Hi, I'm Mika. I head the product legal team, and I am super excited to introduce Michael Feldman. The product legal team supports all things across Mozilla, but Michael's going to start with supporting virtual reality, web payments, Lockbox, all of Firefox mobile products, and marketing. So that's quite a bit to start with. He is also a professional magician. He always carries a deck of cards. So if you don't want to talk about legal things, ask him about that.
As so much of legal things are indistinguishable from magic, that makes a lot of sense. And with that, we are wrapped up for this week. Thank you to everyone who gave their presentations, and welcome to all of our new Mozillians. Hope you have a fantastic week, and you keep on rocking the free web. See ya.